Your doctor just diagnosed you with hypertension. Don't panic, he means that you have high blood pressure from too much sodium in your diet. You're not alone. Hypertension affects 70 million Americans. The problem is that we assume that removing table salt from our diet will solve the problem, but it won't. Sodium hides in the food that we eat. For example, breads, cheese, and canned soups. We are going to teach you how to use MyFitnessPal to monitor your sodium intake. It will help you identify the foods that you may need to cut out or swap out with a different low sodium option. First, let's talk about how to input the foods. From the home screen, click the sidebar at the top of the screen. Go to Diary. You will see 4 food categories: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. There is an Add Food option under each subheading. Clicking to add food will give you 2 options to enter your meal: search or scan the barcode. Scanning the barcode will provide you with more accurate data. The nutritional content will be reflected automatically. For example, as you can see on the screen, I had Triscuit crackers as part of my lunch. Since I am focusing on my sodium intake, I can see that the 12 crackers that I consumed contain 270 milligrams of sodium. One thing that you should be mindful of is to be exact when recording foods, otherwise it may alter the way your sodium intake is reflected. The first step to ensuring that you don't have too much sodium in your diet is knowing that the recommended daily intake for individuals with hypertension is 1,500 milligrams. Don't worry, this is easy to keep track of using the MyFitnessPal by setting a limit on the sodium intake. To do so, refer to the menu navigation bar again and select the Goals tab. You will need to scroll down until you find the subheading Additional Nutrient Goals. Scroll down and input your limit for sodium intake, which will be 1,500 milligrams. Be sure to save your changes by clicking the check mark in the top right corner of the screen. Since you're using a smartphone throughout the day, your device will remind you to log your daily intake and notify you if you're not meeting your limits. Next, I will explain how to monitor your sodium intake through MyFitnessPal. You can view your sodium intake by clicking the Nutrition section under the same sidebar at the top of the screen. You will see 3 subcategories listed under Nutrition: calories, nutrients, and macros. We want the nutrients, not that the other 2 don't have great information, but that isn't the focus of this screencast. Once there, scroll down until you find sodium. Select sodium, and MyFitnessPal will give you a breakdown of how many milligrams you are consuming. MyFitnessPal gives you 2 options. It all depends on what's easier for you to understand. From the upper center of your screen, you can select the drop-down to switch between daily and weekly view. I like the daily option. A pie chart shows me exactly how many milligrams I consume during breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They don't stop there. MyFitnessPal also puts that information into percentages. You will see the breakdown of your daily sodium consumption for each meal. Now that we've covered the daily view, we will talk about the weekly view. Select Weekly from the same drop-down menu in the center of your screen. From there, select Sodium, if you didn't already. A bar graph will appear. This view is helpful because MyFitnessPal calculates the average sodium intake for each meal. For example, you can see that my sodium intake for dinner on Sunday is really high, which raised my overall weekly average. However, I can see that it is not common for me to have that much sodium in my diet at dinner. Those dozen hot wings were well worth it though. MyFitnessPal also tells you how many milligrams of sodium you are consuming on average every week. You can't make changes if you don't know where the problem is. Although we've discussed how sodium can negatively impact your health, it should also be noted that sodium is definitely important for you to be able to function properly. Sodium is important, but it needs to be moderated within a certain range so that it doesn't fall too low or rise to an unhealthy level. If there's not enough sodium, you will likely suffer headaches and muscle cramps. If there's too much sodium, you will likely have swelling throughout your body. Now that we've covered how to track your sodium, what limit sodium should remain under, and how to use the data to make minor changes in your diet, you are on your way to managing your sodium intake. The app allows you to input food and alerts you to sodium that may be hidden. Over time, making minor changes to your diet rather than drastic ones is the key to improving your health. We hope that this information helps you on your journey to living a healthier lifestyle and a successful management of hypertension.